So Francis Ngannou is talking very confidently, as you would expect, ahead of his fight with Anthony Joshua in March. I'm going to quote him directly here. He said, "No one still knows what I can do. That was my first fight in boxing. That was my first fight. As anyone, I'm just improving. And the gap of improvement for a beginner like me is huge. I think most likely I'll be knocking Anthony Joshua out. I think that he's easier to go down than Fury. I mean, not that he's not a strong fighter. He's a very tough fighter, but he's easier to send down than Fury, and it's harder for him to get back up than Fury." He looked amazing, and now he's talking about the Otto Wallin performance that AJ put in. He said he looked amazing. Congratulations to him. He was doing his job properly. His speed was there. He looked sharp, very sharp. But on the other hand, I think there wasn't a response in front of him. I think I will have a better response in front of him that will put him not in such comfortable positions and situations. Things will change. Things will be different. I will not stand there and just look at him. No, it's going to be different. I'm going to throw some bombs out there, and he's going to be mindful of what he's doing. All right, those are the words of Francis Ngannou. Now, you guys know that I'm of the view that the performance he put in against Tyson Fury flattered him a little bit, because I don't think Fury took the fight seriously at all. And this is something which has now been confirmed by one of Fury's longtime sparring partners, Martin Bakole. So Martin Bakole said the following: "To be honest, I was in Tyson Fury's camp. If you watch my interview, when people were asking me, I was saying I will not be surprised to see Ngannou drop Tyson Fury. Tyson was not 100% focused in the gym. For me, my opinion is I think the contract is signed for the Usyk fight. It affected his mind for the Ngannou fight. I've never seen Tyson training like that. He was doing 4 rounds, 6 rounds in the gym for sparring, shouting, saying he's going to stop him and looking forward to the big fight. My opinion, maybe he's watching this and he knows he wasn't 100% focused. That's not the Tyson Fury I knew when he was preparing for Klitschko, Chisora, and Dillian Whyte." He goes on to talk about how he thinks Tyson Fury is going to do against Alexander Usyk, and he doesn't outright pick Tyson Fury to win. So anybody thinking that Martin Bakole would maybe be biased in favor of Fury, so on and so forth, perhaps he could be, but he's not so biased in favor of Fury that he outright picks him to beat Usyk. I'll come on to that in a separate video. So that for me is confirmation of what I already suspected, that Fury didn't train properly for the Ngannou fight. And therefore, in my view, Ngannou was flattered a bit by what happened that night. Anthony Joshua may not have the powers of recovery that Tyson Fury has. And if Francis Ngannou is banking on that, if he's thinking that that's going to be the difference between going the distance against Tyson Fury and getting a stoppage over Anthony Joshua, it's going to be the fact that Joshua can't quite take the type of shot that Fury can take. He doesn't have the kind of powers of recovery. Well, Anthony Joshua, unlike Tyson Fury, tends to take most fights seriously, if not all fights. He certainly stays in shape for every fight. We don't see Anthony Joshua yo-yoing up and down in weight, struggling to stay disciplined. He's always disciplined. He's a pure athlete. And coming off that performance against Otto Wallin, he's going to be very sharp. He's been very active. He's been more active than Tyson Fury, for example. So I think Francis Ngannou is going to have to be mindful of what's coming at him from Anthony Joshua. I think Joshua is going to hit him a lot harder than Tyson Fury did. I think Anthony Joshua has got punches in his arsenal that Fury doesn't have. Fury can throw a left hook, but he can't throw it with the kind of power that Anthony Joshua does. And he can't throw it as a lead punch as fast and as accurate as AJ does. AJ's left hook is one of the best in the heavyweight division. I'm not saying it's the best, it's definitely one of the best. And I'm saying that out of the big men, the guys who are, let's say, 6'5 plus, Anthony Joshua has the best left hook out of all of them. I'm not talking about a straight southpaw left, like Bakadir Jalalov. I'm talking about a left hook from an orthodox stance. AJ's is the best out of all the 6'5 plus heavyweights. And I think that left hook will play a major part in this fight. Ngannou looked very unorthodox against Tyson Fury, and sometimes that can throw fighters off because you're not used to fighting somebody whose movement is that unconventional, and therefore you sometimes can struggle to read what they're doing, to predict what they're going to do. Francis Ngannou, one of the things I noticed against Tyson Fury is that he wasn't going for Fury's feints. Well, Anthony Joshua is a fighter who doesn't actually throw that many feints. He does feint a little bit, but nowhere near as much as Tyson Fury. When he's going to throw a punch, he's just going to throw the punch. You know, because when somebody feints, either you're going to go for the feint and think the punch is coming, or you're going to stand there and say, I don't care about your punch. Or you can tell the difference between a feint and a real punch coming. Either way, Francis Ngannou wasn't going for the feints. Tyson Fury did occasionally throw that right hand, caught Francis Ngannou in the chin, and nothing happened. When Anthony Joshua hits Francis Ngannou, something's going to happen, I think. Even if Francis Ngannou takes a good shot, I don't think he can continuously take clean power punches from Anthony Joshua if AJ's letting his hands go as he was against Wallin and survive the 10-round distance. At a bare minimum, Francis Ngannou's going to find himself hurt. The power shots are going to be much sharper than what you saw against Tyson Fury. They're going to be coming from different angles because Fury was just landing a straight right hand on Francis Ngannou. AJ's got the left hook up front, which comes outside your field of vision because the left hand, obviously, from an orthodox position, is closer to the opponent's head than the backhand is. It can come from outside the field of vision. Francis Ngannou's got quite an open guard from what we saw in the Tyson Fury fight. The one thing I will say, though, is that Ngannou appears to have longer arms than Anthony Joshua. Maybe AJ might find it a little awkward to get round those arms, but once he does, and once he starts punching inside Ngannou's arc of shots, then I think it's game over. So that's my take on it. Give me your take in the comment section below. I know there are going to be some MMA fans picking Francis Ngannou to knock Anthony Joshua out. I think after this fight, people are going to look back and say, wow, what on earth was going on when Francis Ngannou fought Tyson Fury? If AJ was able to handle him this easy, how is it that Fury struggled so bad? Was Fury overrated all along? Anyway, I'll leave it there and stop waffling. Let me know what you guys think.